Hey guys, welcome back. I know I haven't made a lot of videos recently. I don't really know what to make. Like really, I kind of like feel like I cover like a lot of things and I don't really know like what sort of things that you guys want to know. So if you have any recommendations on like what topic should I do or should I change topics or something else, like please let me know. So today's topic is about pronouns. Like I have been getting a lot of experience about mispronouns a lot. And I feel like how I handle this situation is probably different than a lot of people. So I don't know, and vice versa. So if you have any kind of experience that you want to share, you can share. Basically, in Thailand, I cannot change my title. Like on the 6 mark, I'm going to do any kind of transactions or any kind of contacting with any official business like bank or anything related to government. I have to show my ID, or when they call me, get my verifications, and they will have to properly address me with my real names and my birthmark titles. Basically, once they see my information, they will see that, oh, I'm supposed to be male. Every time this happens, for example, through the phones, if they call me like Mr., call me like Sir, I will try to correct them. Like most of the time, I would be like, this is my preferred pronouns, or this is like the way I speak. But it's like 90% of the time, they don't actually refer me as Sir or anything like that. Most of the times, like I can just pass with that. Then there are like probably sometimes they read my files, and then they will just refer me as like my birth name or my birth gender, and sometimes they don't really see like how I represent myself, and they just like call out like your birth gender. Like that kind of time I would be a little bit annoying, but I know like, okay, they probably didn't mean to offend me. And like a lot of time, once they saw my name and saw me, they would, and if they actually did call me by something that contradicting to the way I represent myself, they would correct it themselves or they would apologize. So that would be something that I would just let go. I don't have situations where people just calling me like he, him, sir, just to offend me or trying to annoy me. Like I haven't had that situation before. So that's like, knock on wood, I wouldn't have to experience anyone trying to offend me with something that would annoy me. Do I get annoyed when people like calling me by name that I don't like or pronouns that I don't like? Yes, I do, but not like, I know like in this world, people just like throwing out pronouns that they like he, him, her, they, we, like oneself, or any of that. Like I know sometimes that could be a lot and could be a pain in the ass. Like I wouldn't be able to comprehend or cater to everyone's. I understand that. I'm not the kind of person like you have to please me because I want you to call me this and that. Like I understand that. Like I don't want people to call me like we, they, or anything of that, because I feel like that could be a hassle for them. No offense to those who prefer that. It's like I feel like for me, like I'm not trying to have everyone just going out to please me. I just want them to see me like how I represent myself and calling me by how they see that. I understand what once people see like people dress or represent themselves, like they will register sex in their brain and just calling people pronouns accordingly to how their brain register. Like I understand that. So if you register me as females, there's no need for you to go through my names and just calling me legally what I don't like, because you know that I cannot change that. Like for that reasons, I feel like I'm not asking for a lot, but there are times like people just mispronounce me because of my voice. Like I understand I don't have the most feminine voice ever. I know I hate my voice as well. So like I'm just trying to have people understand that like sometimes like okay to misgender people or mispronounce people, but trying to apologize and feels like, oh, you made a mistake. I think that could happen. It's like, it's not like you're trying to offend people because you don't like the way we represent ourselves. Like, if you're like transphobic and you're trying to calling a trans woman he, him because you want to offend us, I think that's wrong. But if you dismiss pronouns because you like your brain registers trans woman that maybe not fully transitioned yet, or maybe she didn't pass as well, you just register her as something that may offend them, I feel like that could be forgivable if you apologize. Like, there are a lot of times, like, on the phone, people would just misgender me because they saw my name and they just call me something like that. Sometimes I do forgive them, and like, when I was in the US, like last year, I was calling call center and the representative, like, I don't know what happened, like, he was calling me ma'am, 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 ma'am. And then once I telling him my name and stuff like that, he started calling me sir. I was like, where was that coming from? I was like, so I made a complaint to him, and I feel like he probably feels sorry what he did, but I felt like it's hurt my feeling, it did, and it's like point out to the insecurity that a lot of people may have. Like, a lot of people may not have the most feminine voice, for example me. And honestly, I can accept that. Like, I can accept people knowing that I'm transgender. Like, I'm not trying to pass as cisgender. Like, that's another story. Like, I'm not trying to pass as cisgender. I'm not trying to have people thinking of me as cisgender. I'm just trying people to respect me as transgender. That's different thing. Like, I am openly transgender that want to be referred as female. I'm not trying to hide as cisgender and want to be referred as cisgender. That's a different thing. But I want people to know that I'm trans. Just respect me and not trying to offend me with male pronouns. I think that's a different story. Like, a lot of people in the world mix up like, oh, you want to hide your identity as cisgender, and then you want to use that kind of advantage to cheat on. You feel like, oh, like a lot of trans want to hide their identities and misrepresent themselves as cisgender to lie on male, like on a guy, and then he would be tricked. I feel like there's a lot of mindset like that. Like, I don't have that kind of mindset. I feel like just respect me as transgender no matter what. That's it. I don't want you to refer to me as Miss because I want to be female. No. I am female as a transgender. I'm not a female as cisgender. That's fine. I'm okay with that. Like, I can live with that I'm transgender. Yes, like, I feel like a lot of people just misunderstood that, like, a lot of trans trying to lie to the world that they're not trans. Like, there's a lot of trans that openly accept that they're trans and happy and proudly to be transgender. I am, and I feel like if we can accept that transgender can have specific pronouns, I feel that would be great. I know, like, I don't want to be that person that, like, I have this, that, those pronouns, and please call me Miss with a mixture of those pronouns. I don't want to be referred as he, as she and her only. I feel like that's not me. I feel like just calling me she and her, that's fine. And I don't feel like I want to be in the room and represents like, this is my pronouns. I'm not that kind of person. Like I want you to call me by how I represent myself. Like, you perceive me as female, there's no need for you to call me males. Like, unless I said otherwise, but I haven't. So, yes, basically that's what I'm trying to say in this kind of like video. Like, it hurts. It is hurtful to be called male. I feel like that's something I had to work on myself as well. Like, either I have to grow a thicker skin to accept that there are people who would call me male because I cannot change my birthmark, and anything else they would know, and they would trying to make assumptions or make a joke about it. I might have to have a thicker skin on that, or I would just have to find a way to not dealing with this kind of situations. I haven't had time to figure it out, but I feel like as long as I'm not hiding as myself, people should respect me, and that's the ideal world. Anyway, I think this too much ramble, but I would be happy to hear your story and how you handle being misgendered or mispronounced. Like, correct them? Would you just let it go, or would you just trying to see the solutions? I have no idea. Like I said, for me, I represent myself as transgender. So comment down below and don't forget to give me a like and subscribe. That will help me grow a lot. I'm going to reach 10,000 subscribers, and I hope that you will help me grow to that point soon. Anyway, see you on my next video. Bye.